Yes, my friends, the big week has arrived, the most anticipated by all NFL teams. Week 1 of the new season promises to be a hot one, and the Pittsburgh Steelers debut next Sunday against the Jets. We know the team's biggest goal is to reach the Super Bowl. Now I want to ask you a question. What do you think the Steelers need to be a contender for Super Bowl 60? Comment below. Your opinion is very important to us. Don't forget to subscribe to receive all the Steelers updates this season. Hold your breath and hold your breath. Now that you've subscribed and hit the like button, let's get to the news that promises to shake up the week. Jaylen Warren is entering the 2025 NFL season as the league's most understated breakout prospect, and somehow, no one is talking about it. Despite the lack of mainstream media attention, whether national or even local Pittsburgh media, the Steelers are quietly preparing to unleash their new RB1 in a way that could fundamentally transform their offense. After 3 years of being on the back burner for Najee Harris, Warren is now at the forefront, and it's no accident. The Steelers didn't just get rid of Najee. They made the strategic and intentional decision to hand the keys to an entirely different type of runner. And if you've been paying close attention, the clues have always been there. Jaylen Warren isn't just a replacement. He's the prototype for the system Arthur Smith is installing in Pittsburgh. The open zone scheme demands a running back with sharp vision, explosive acceleration, and the ability to make sudden, decisive cuts. That's Warren. Since entering the league, he's quietly become one of the most efficient running backs in football, but his name is rarely mentioned outside of Steelers' most loyal circles. But the data doesn't lie. Among all NFL running backs over the past 3 seasons, Warren is one of 3 to average more than 5 yards per touch. This includes both rushing and catching. This kind of efficiency puts him in elite company reserved for dynamic, game-changing players, not just rotational players. And the numbers go deeper. Warren ranks second in the entire NFL in explosive run rate. That's not a typo. Second, it's a staggering statistic considering he's never been a full-time starter. But what that tells us is this. When Jaylen Warren touches the football, there's a real chance something big happens. He's 6th in the league in yards per carry over the same span, and 6th in yards after contact. He breaks tackles, slips out of arm grabs, and spins off defenders like it's second nature. His contact balance and ability to turn minimal gains into first downs is something the Steelers haven't had at a consistent level in years. The versatility is what makes Warren so unique. He's dangerous in the screen game, elusive in open space, and reliable in short yardage situations. Back in 2023, he was arguably the Steelers' most valuable offensive player, not just a contributor, but a lifeline in moments when the passing game floundered. With George Pickens as the only vertical threat that year, it was often Warren bailing out the offense on third and long screen passes, moving the chains and keeping drives alive. And that was all while playing behind a running back who dominated the touches. Now, with Najee Harris gone and a scheme tailor-made for his style, Warren finally gets the runway. The Steelers were 6th in rushing attempts per game last season, and they were committed to the ground game. The problem? They ranked 25th in yards per carry, 24th in EPA, and 28th in success rate. Those numbers scream inefficiency. But Arthur Smith didn't give up on the run. He just didn't have the right back. Now he does. If Warren can maintain even a fraction of his previous efficiency on an increased workload, we're not just talking about a good season, we're talking about top 10 production at the position. And if that happens, Pittsburgh could finally have the kind of offense that pairs with its dominant defense to make real noise in the AFC. With TJ Watt, Cam Hayward, and Alex Highsmith on the other side of the ball, the Steelers don't need to score 35 points a game, they just need to control the pace, move the chains, and finish drives. Warren is the kind of back who can help them do exactly that. But this isn't just a one-man show. The presence of Caleb Johnson, the rookie out of Iowa, adds an intriguing wrinkle. Johnson is built like a workhorse and flashed serious upside in the preseason. There's no doubt the Steelers see him as the future of the position, but he's still developing. Right now, he's not ready for third down duties, with questions surrounding his pass protection and receiving ability. That's where Kenneth Gainwell enters the picture, a proven, versatile third down option who can motion out wide, catch passes, and function as a true passing down back. The expectation heading into week 1 is clear. Warren will dominate early down work. Gainwell will handle most of the third down responsibilities. And Caleb Johnson? He'll be rotated in sparingly at first, slowly earning more reps as he gains comfort with the speed and complexity of the NFL game. But make no mistake, if an injury opens a window, Johnson could step into a featured role instantly. And if he performs, the Steelers might be looking at one of the most promising running back duos in the league before season's end. That's the long-term vision. In the short term, the formula is simple. Let Jaylen Warren cook. He's the best fit for this system. He's the most efficient runner on the roster. And he's the secret weapon that could elevate this offense to levels it hasn't seen in years. With Arthur Smith orchestrating a ground-heavy attack and a defense capable of suffocating even the best offenses, the Steelers don't need to be flashy. They need to be effective. And Jaylen Warren is exactly that. So the question becomes, if the Steelers' offense finally finds its rhythm this season, will it be because of a quietly elite running back that nobody saw coming? What do you think, Steelers Nation? Will Jaylen Warren be the one to carry this team into contention? And that's the thing. This team has been looking for offensive identity ever since the latter stages of Ben Roethlisberger's career, and Jaylen Warren might be the key that finally unlocks it. We're not just talking about a player stepping into a bigger role. We're talking about the possible cornerstone of a completely reimagined offensive philosophy in Pittsburgh. One built on movement, decisiveness, and explosive play potential from the backfield. Warren's rise isn't just about what he brings individually, but what it allows Arthur Smith to do schematically. His ability to stretch defenses horizontally with the wide zone allows for natural play-action setups, easier reads for the quarterback, and more clean pockets for downfield shots. When you've got a running back who can punish undisciplined pursuit and create second-level threats on his own, the entire playbook opens up. And Pittsburgh knows it. There's a reason Arthur Smith ran wide zone with success in Tennessee. There's a reason the front office allowed Najee Harris to walk and made no splashy veteran additions. They believe in Warren. They believe in this backfield. And for a franchise that's prided itself on smash-mouth football for generations, they might finally have the right kind of smash-mouth, a modern, fluid version of it that makes defenses guess and punishes hesitation. But it's not just Warren's opportunity that makes this backfield exciting, it's the long-term potential with Caleb Johnson waiting in the wings. This isn't an either-or situation. If things go right, Pittsburgh could end up with one of the most dangerous two-headed monsters in the NFL by the end of the season. Johnson may not be ready to carry the load now, but his physicality, vision, and early flashes in preseason suggest that it won't take long. And once he's ready, the Steelers will have the luxury of keeping Warren fresh, using him situationally to maximize his explosiveness, and rotating backs in a way that creates relentless pressure on defenses. Imagine it. Early downs with Johnson punishing tacklers and softening up the front seven, followed by Warren slipping out on third down and making defenders miss in space. It's a nightmare to game plan against. And in a division with the Ravens and Browns, teams that love to win in the trenches, it might be exactly what Pittsburgh needs to finally tilt the balance in their favor. Let's be clear, though, Caleb Johnson's time will come. But in 2025, it's Jaylen Warren's show. And his efficiency metrics don't just hint at potential, they scream it. Number 2 in explosive run rate. Top 6 in yards after contact. Top 6 in success rate. One of only 3 backs with over 5 yards per touch over the last 3 years. And all of that while sharing a backfield and dealing with injuries. What happens when he's healthy, featured, and running in a scheme tailor-made for his strengths? That's the nightmare scenario for opposing defenses. And it's one Steelers fans should be buzzing about. The coaching staff has made their intentions clear, and the numbers back them up. Jaylen Warren has quietly been elite for 3 seasons. Now, the training wheels are off. The Steelers are going to ride him, and if he delivers the way the tape and metrics suggest he will, we might be watching the emergence of one of the most impactful offensive players in the league, not just for Pittsburgh, but league-wide. And don't forget what's at stake. Pittsburgh hasn't won a playoff game since the 2016 season. The bar is high. The fan base is starving. And the front office knows it. That's why the transition to a run-first identity with explosive capability is so critical. This team isn't built to air it out 40 times a game. It's built to control the ball, drain the clock, and let the defense smother opponents. But to do that, the run game has to work. And Jaylen Warren might just be the one to make it all click. So whether you're already sold or still skeptical, this is the storyline that could define the 2025 season. It won't get the national headlines. It won't trend on social media. But inside that building on the south side, they know what they have. And when week 1 kicks off, the rest of the league is going to find out. If you haven't already, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and click on the next video that just popped up on your screen. All the latest Steelers updates, analysis, and exclusive stories, you'll find them right here first. Stay locked in, Steelers Nation.